your friend Z is more important to you than your friend Y. You know this. You absolutely know this. It's not a question. There is a friend Z who you picked up the phone for every time. There's a friend Z who you will accept an invitation from anytime. And there's a friend Y who you won't pick up the phone for. There's a friend Y who you groan when they try to invite you to things, and unless you have nothing else going and you're bored. Can you say to friend Z, you're more important than friend Y? Can you say to friend Y, you're less important to me than friend Z? This illustrates that in the Z over Y principle, there is a truth and a discomfort to this basic human behavior. That is, you know it to be true, and yet you will not do so. You will not say those things out loud because you do it, and yet you're uncomfortable saying that you do it. There's many, many things in human nature like that. So, Mr. Rogers says if it's mentionable, it's manageable, which means that if he's right, and statistically he's right about a lot of things, that it is possible to talk about this subject without damaging all of your friendships, without having to lie to anyone. I broke this plan with you because this person's friendship has a greater value. Now, that's what Y already thinks. Y, if they know that you broke the plan to spend time with them, to spend time with Z, they are already saying to themselves, Z thinks I'm less valuable than, no, X thinks I'm less valuable than Z. They think that. And they are living with that reality as you cancel the plan in the last minute. They're living with it. They're living in a, depending on your level of emotion or sentimentality, a small cloud right about your brow that kind of darkens your perspective on whether or not you can rely on people, or a larger one that kind of affects how your day goes. Now that's individual response, but I'm confident that even the most stoic and tough person registers something on that scale when someone breaks a plan with them. And it says you're less important than Z. Your friendship, your relationship is less important than Z. I would wager to say even an ENTJ or an ESTJ, while they won't verbalize it, somewhere there's a register. Somewhere deep inside their very stoic skull is a register that says, oh, okay, I'm less important than this. Well, I'll remember that for next time when I'm looking at who to invite to my next party, when I go to the game, when I go on a hike, when I go to the museum, when I'm looking for somebody to go try out these new restaurants with. Now, this person broke this plan and definitely communicated my lesser importance in comparison with Z. That Z is greater than Y. Would it make things better to actually admit that? I know that in the case of a lot of hurt feelings, you can assist with the healing process by admitting what you did. Now, it would be a lie to say I didn't mean to, because you meant to. And that's the problem, is you don't want to come out and say, yes, it wasn't my, you were the secondary portion of this equation. That is, the primary was I wanted time with Z. The secondary was, as a corollary, as a consequence, I had to reduce time with Y. Now, can I say to Y, that's the reason I did it? Don't know. But I do know that we carry a lot of unresolved issues between us around. Um, and I think we ought to be focusing on the relationships of greatest mutual value. I think it's social obligation that creates the need to give little slices of our time that we kind of give and take away to people that we feel sorry for, or people that we, or the friends we only deal with when we're bored, or like when friend X, friend Y, friend Z is not available. So this is thoughts on this topic. I'm going to keep going with this. Tomorrow should be Thursday. So, if I have blessed you, encouraged you, or equipped you in any way, please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, pray more, complain less.